We're here today talking to the Western cheerleading team to get an inside look at this athletic activity. In your opinion, why is cheerleading such a great sporting activity?
Well, that's a multi-pronged answer, but I'll try to keep it short. Basically, I've always liked, and I know a lot of the athletes in the program like the fact that it is multidisciplinary. There's the gymnastics component to it. There is the lifting and the partner stunts and the pyramid building and all that kind of stuff. There's the social aspect to it, just something as simple as, you know, being at football games or basketball games and all that. We've always loved the travel part of it. We get to travel just as much as any varsity team at the university, across the country, or certainly across the OUA. We weight train just as much as any other team. We, as I said, we have to cross train is probably a good way of putting it. You know, we have our summer training program, our dry land stuff, our out of season stuff. There's a lot of weights and running. We do a lot of running on this team. And then once we get into the season, it's all about the lifting and the human juggling and manipulation therein.
What did you decide to try out for the Western cheerleading team?
I saw the cheerleaders. They were walking around. They were doing a bit of recruiting. I was talking to some of the guys, and more importantly, I was talking to some of the girls. And that convinced me that, you know, they told me what it's all about. And never before did I think cheerleading was what it is, and it's such a big thing, and it takes so much skill. And I decided to go to tryouts, and we went from there.
I've been watching this cheerleading team for 3 years when I was in high school, and I think they're amazing, and wanted to try out ever since I was in grade 11, and finally did, and lucky enough made it.
Why do you think cheerleading has gotten such a bad reputation?
People think it's either like quote-unquote a sissy sport or something that females do, particularly not so much intellectual people, but it's much to the contrary. It takes a lot of timing, a lot of skill, a lot of patience, a lot of training.
What is your training for Western?
My training? I go to the gym every day, about an hour and a half. We have practices 3 times a week, as well as tumbling practice and individual stunning practice, and games as well. And an hour before games, so that's 6 days a week.
What are your expectations from your teams?
Well, teams plural, different things from different squads. The university varsity squad, or the A team, I expect a lot out of them. We do not try to set our standards on what Canadian universities are modeled after. We shoot for being the best in the United States. We've competed at the NCAA Nationals the last 2 years and come 3rd in Division I both years. I mean, in terms of the physical skills, I mean, everyone has to be a gymnast, everyone has to be at the elite level of partner stunting, and we demand, you know, 110% dedication to the program. The junior varsity program, we soften that back a little bit. It's very much a training environment so that they can learn the skills and the fundamentals to move up to the varsity squad. At the high school level, again, I try not to shoot just towards the Ontario norm of high schools. We compete at in the United States with my high school squad at Catholic Central. We go to Ohio, Michigan, not just because it's necessarily better, but it is a tougher stimulus. There's just more teams, there's more of them, and they tend to be a little bit better. However, that being said, the squads in the London vicinity are phenomenal. It clearly is a hotbed of cheerleading in Canada, and a lot of it does stem from the fact that Western is plunked right here, and a lot of the people have gone out into the vicinity and helped coach teams.
This is a really great facility. How has it helped with cheerleading training?
What it's enabled us to do is have a fixed site. It's so difficult for cheerleading squads to have home base. Even high school teams, or well-established high school teams, often don't even get the gymnasium to train in. They're out in the hallway or the foyer or the stage or something like that. This facility has allowed us to have not only the Western squads training out of here, but Catholic Central, Oak Ridge, Saunders, and a number of other squads that can book it and use it as a permanent site for them to train. And it enables us to just get better faster. And having all the mats behind us has certainly radically helped our gymnastics preparations.
Do you consider cheerleading to be a sport?
It depends how you want to define a sport. I don't think it's a sport. It's athletic and it demands respect. When we compete, I would consider it a sport, just for the 2 minutes that we're in the competition for, because we are against other teams. But the rest of the year is just an athletic activity.
What benefits are there to being on a cheerleading team?
I think benefits are it's very physical, cheering for football and basketball and other sports, and also being in front of a crowd and having lots of spirit.
This is Krista Vanderkoy reporting for Video Underground.